What up, YouTube? Stevie Knight here. Night Talk-ish. What's the name of this damn podcast? Call Her Daddy. I'm here because I seen Katy Perry saying some things on IG, and I had to come to the source of the conversation because the conversation was a little bit different, dog.
If I come downstairs and the kitchen is clean and you've done it all and you've done all the dishes and you've closed all the pantry doors, you better be ready to get your socked.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't never heard Katy Perry talk like that. So we gotta continue seeing her talk like that. You feel me? But the name of the video is Katy Perry, Narcissist and Red Flags. Anyway, before we tap in though, merch, shop, StevieKnight.com for the Drizzy. I got you, link in the description box below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Like the video, man. Like the video more than anything, bro. You know what I'm saying? I need all the assistance I can get because YouTube don't fuck with me. I don't know what that was, bro. I'm a little litty, bro. I just did 2 reactions on my music channel, bro. And them bitches got my heart rate up, dog. It's crazy. Anyway, let's get it.
I want to ask you another question that you mentioned about,
Bruh, does that damn book, it's a Wikipedia? That's real? Pedia, the fuck is that?
I want to ask you another question that you mentioned about, being a boss and being so successful and how intimidating that can be to partners. And I'm sure, like you kind of just mentioned, you've been in relationships where, and I've been in it, where I've dated guys that I'm like, oh my God, you're so intimidated by my success.
And they don't even know how to verbalize it.
And for a minute, if you're not in the best place, like I've been there where I, for a moment, was like, oh, should I dim myself more? Should I
I've
maybe
been
not?
there. I have dimmed.
Right?
I have dimmed.
You dim because you're like, you can't see it immediately.
You also want to play the game, play a role.
Not be too much. So you're like, okay, like maybe I should take off this day so he feels. But
And now I'm taking up space, bitch. I'm taking up space.
And it's like, you can't.
All I hear is hypergamy. Hypergamy, dog. Like, on one end, it could be them being insecure. But on the other end, you say you have to, like, chill out. You have to not be too much. That tells me that you know what you're doing. You being too much. You being, the boss, aggressive, not in your feminine. That's all I hear. It don't matter what type of man your ass is with, dog. They not fucking with that, bruh. I'd imagine that's very hard for these women out here to pull off, to be feminine, be submissive, let your man lead when you are the fucking lead. That's why that boss shit don't work in relationships. That's why we always hear these women out here being single, being alone, rest of their life. Maybe they'll fart out some babies, dog, but it's going to be hard to find a real king that's going to put up with that shit. And you're not going to want to entertain no weak fuck that's going to require you to essentially dim your light. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, dog. It sucks, too. It sucks. I can definitely understand that dilemma. Right, where you feel like you can't reach your highest of heights and be success-driven and be motivated and be ambitious and all that, bro. I get it, bro. You're a human being. You got goals and all that shit, too, which is incumbent upon you to figure out how you need to be in order to get the man that you want. The kings, the top of the food chain, bro. These are the ones that go pull them a little cocktail waitress as opposed to dealing with your ass because you're going to get them headaches. Cocktail waitress will give them some headaches too, but it's a different kind of headache, dog. A little more manageable, dog. They can put their foot down to that bitch, chill the fuck out. Can't no man come up here and tell you to chill the fuck out because you think you king. You think you a king too. You think your dick swinging too. And 2 swinging dicks don't work, no matter how the fuck you slice it and dice it. Let's continue.
Can't win with those people, and I feel like it's hard with the.
There's one girl listening and she's like, they're talking to me. I have to go. They're talking to me. I have to get out of this relationship.
But that's what's so crazy about this show is like, I legit, Katie, have people after this will DM me being like, you guys were talking to me. Like, if you are with a partner that is so intimidated by your success and you keep making yourself smaller, you're not with the right partner.
Have you ever heard of...
And what is the definition of making yourself smaller? I wish they could provide, like, examples of that. making yourself small? Does that mean not allowing yourself to be successful because they're intimidated by the success? Or are they just put off by the quality traits that you develop for being in this role? Most likely that's what the fuck it is, because you're not gonna sit here and get a man that's not in your league at all. Katy Perry not gonna fucking pick up no dude at Walmart. She not gonna pick up no banker. She not gonna pick up no dude that work at the car wash, bro. He would have to have something about him. So what does that even look like? He's too intimidated. I have to dim my light. So y'all let me know in the comments, women, what does that look like? I bet there's a miscommunication there. They believe that's one thing and men believe that's something else, right? And for y'all men out here who are genuinely threatened, intimidated by your woman getting a bag, bro. I mean, that's the definition of insecurity, bro. That's not the one for you, bro. You got to get your shit together, dog. You're gonna feel at a deficit. You're not gonna feel like you're worthy of a woman because you're not deserving of her. So why hypergamy exists for that man too. But like I say, these women out here, women like this already walk around with a bubble that is going to prevent certain men from even getting that conversation. And if these men are intimidated, bro, then come on, dog. Intimidated, bro. Just let that motherfucker motivate your ass to go out there and get that much more. Y'all can just bounce the shit. Y'all can tennis ball that shit back and forth. You know what I'm saying? I motivate her, she motivate me. I motivate her, she motivate me. She motivate me, I motivate her, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit you want. But to feel threatened by it, bitch? Oh, shit.
Someone say, your partner should be saying, I'm so proud of you, babe. Can I do anything to help you? I'm so proud of you. Even if it sounds like, even if they're saying it like they're clocking in sometimes, you're like, because you know this is my love language, right. You know, vocalizing. It's like, thanks for saying it. Right. I appreciate it.
And not making it feel like, oh my God, I have to quickly finish because like he's going to be mad. Like,
or I have to hide my success, or I can't celebrate. I've been in relationships where I've had number ones where like I've been, you know, or won things or gotten to like big parts of my life or made my first like $1 million or whatever, where I like, do I tell them? Do I not tell them? Like, do I just slightly, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's crazy.
Yeah. It's,
but, and what's crazy is like,
that's
you're
rough.
Sitting here, everyone in the world is like, you're so successful, you financially, career-wise, you know, with your life. So many people I bet are like, you had to dim your success for man. It literally comes up and creeps everyone.
Everyone. It's a human experience. Nobody.
Hypergamy.
I mean, I also remember.
Hypergamy. Hypergamy. Say it with me. Hypergamy. Hypergamy. You gotta get a man equally yoked.
I wasn't born into any of this.
Yeah.
Like, this is like all a product of my talent and my hard work and my hustle. Yeah. You know? So like, not that people that were born into something don't have that, because they do, because they actually have a bigger cross to bear and they have to fight in a different way. I think everybody has to play this human game, whether they like it or not.
Insecurity and like going through the waves of a career. You referenced earlier Witness, and in 2017 you released Witness, the album, and it didn't chart as high as your other ones. And I think this is also going to be helpful to other women listening, of like, in moments where you are competing with yourself and comparing yourself to what you've done in the past versus, oh my gosh, this didn't do as well, like, how did that affect you and your self-worth and your career? And like, where was your head at during that time?
Oh, it was just universe's way of saying, oh, you preach a really strong message of self-love. Let's see, baby. So I was like, oh, okay, here's the real lesson. Let's see. And it's interesting. I heard like when ships, you know, these big ships out in the ocean, they go off 1 degree off chart. They land on a different continent. And yes, like at that time, things were changing by like small degrees. Mm-hmm. And I felt like I was on a different continent because I had only experienced, you know, before success, it was like, am I enough? I'm going to show you. Proof. I was right. Whoa, I was fucking right. Let's go. And then it shifts and it changes and it settles for everyone. There's maybe a couple it doesn't, but like
Where
it
the blowjobs
settles.
at, man?
And hold on
Where the blowjobs at, dog?
tight, because life is all about peaks and valleys.
And this clickbait ass bullshit. I'm gonna show y'all what the fuck I saw. Oh, the whole interview's right here. All right, I found what I was looking for.
What are some red flags that you now know as the Katy Perry sitting here are like, oh, I maybe avoided those or I maybe ignored those, but now I look and I'm like, I would never put up with that now.
Anyone that is constantly changing the goalpost or pulling the rug out from you emotionally, not it. They just don't have their stuff. They don't have it figured out. So how can they be a team player with you? Anyone that says that they know you better than you know yourself, so rough. You're like, no. Whoa. Okay, I've lived in this body from day one. Yeah. Like, we've been dating for a couple of years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Anyone that won't show up for you. Like, I was in a relationship at one point where they never came to anything that I did. I was on a big tour. They never came to one show. Like, not one. And it was like, really? Like, they just won't show up for, I don't know what reason that was. They just couldn't handle me in boss mode of sorts, quite possibly. And yeah, those are some red flags. Then also, like, someone that won't just help. Help around the house, like share the load or help the load be lighter. The load can be so heavy for women, and there's so many invisible things that we do, and it's literally about sharing that load. Like Orlando and I, we do a lot of couples therapy, and we want to evolve. That's like, I think, why we're in our relationship, is to become better humans, so that we can raise this beautiful human being. One of my love languages is acts of service. So it's like, if I come downstairs and the kitchen is clean and you've done it all and you've done all the dishes and you've closed all the pantry doors, you better be ready to get your dick sucked. I mean, like, literally, that is my love language. I don't need a red Ferrari. I can buy a red Ferrari! Just do the fucking dishes!
I'm obsessed.
I will suck your dick! It's not easy! Sorry. Don't you know?
It's facts.
It's facts! And even when we went on like a couples retreat, they're like, which guy has more sex? The guy that drives the Ferrari, the red Ferrari, or the guy that helps out with his wife every night in the kitchen? In the kitchen was the answer!
In
the kitchen! And
I ain't never heard Katy talk like that, bro, so I can dig it, man. Yeah, I mean, I don't got no issue with what she talking about, too, bro. You know what I mean? It's different levels. She a money maker. So, and she with what? Orlando Bloom, whatever his name. He a money maker, too, dog. So they probably do a lot of bill splitting in that motherfucker, man. So if y'all doing bill splitting, y'all doing a lot of splitting of duties around the house, too. But there's definitely levels to it, though. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you got to do it out here. The man out here paying out all the bills, taking care of every goddamn thing. He's entitled to not lifting a finger if he so chooses, bro. But, you know, ain't nothing wrong with a motherfucker helping out either, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could be paying the bills all the goddamn day, every day, but he's that much more special if he does choose to help his woman out here or there. You know what I'm saying? She could be tired at some points throughout the goddamn day. You don't know what the fuck she going through, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you shouldn't be beneath you, so, you know what I'm saying, bust some dishes out every now and then just because the dishes is there, dog. You gonna walk around with some dirty dishes and shit? You know what I mean? Like, maybe she tied up with the baby or something. Maybe she got them doing something else, but you gonna just leave that shit for her to do when it take you 3 minutes to bust them down? Nah, I pay the bills, dog, so I ain't about to watch shit. All right, but that's kind of like, y'all supposed to be there supporting each other, bro. I can dig that, dog. And relationships like that are going to be much more lasting and fulfilling than those where you got specific roles and I'm not doing that shit because I do this, and since I do this, you do that. You know what I mean? It could be some intermixing here and there, regardless of what y'all's, you know, soul role is in a relationship. Especially for those women out here who take on much more of the burden. They working, paying a bunch of the bills, and doing all the heavy lifting around the fucking house too. They are doing double the work, man. And a lot of men do not acknowledge that shit. Just because you know, are working and you bringing home some bacon. If your girl out there busting her ass working, you know, 8 hours too, just like your ass, contributing to the house, but then at the same time, washing, cleaning, feeding the babies, doing all the domestic duties, bro, you can see how women get tight. And for any man to push back on that, dog, then y'all are clearly the fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna be a man, step up and do all this shit where it's just her main role is to focus on the house. But if y'all gonna split shit up and, you know what I'm saying, you paying the mortgage and she paying utilities or whatnot, the man better expect to be out here busting some suds too. And if you bust enough suds, it's enough to get the dick sucked. Especially for those of y'all who ain't getting your dick sucked at home. You feel me? But that was just dope to hear her say that shit. You know what I mean? Anyway, thoughts?